Hey, what's up guys? Justin with AmericanTrucks.com, and welcome to another installment of our Customer Build series, the series of videos where we catch up with different customers from all over the country, chat about their rigs, of course, some of their modifications, what they like, maybe what they don't like, and hey, maybe give you guys some ideas for that F-150 at home. Today we're catching up with a young man named Alonzo from Florida and talking about his really clean 2013 EcoBoost F-150 that has some nice tasteful modifications on it with a little bit of a theme, and I think you guys will hear about that real soon. In the meantime, if you guys want to see more of Alonzo's modifications, either click on that link below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you want, you can head on back to the site, AmericanTrucks.com, and check out his build page there. But what do you say we catch up with Alonzo? How you doing?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm real good. So let's talk about this good-looking truck of yours, man. 2013 silver EcoBoost truck. How long you had it, Alonzo?
I have it now for 5 years.
And you just rolled over 100,000 miles, and that thing still looks brand new. Well, Alonzo, why don't you walk me around the truck? Let's talk about some of your mods you got up front, because it seems like that's where you got a lot of the stuff going on.
So I guess one of the first things was I wanted to get that Raptor look. So when I started with the grill, then I wanted to see, as far as the headlights, I want to see the bull bar. I love the look.
Now, do you use the lights on your bull bar quite a bit, that barricade? Do you fire that light bar up once in a while?
I do. Now that I moved to Florida, whenever we go to the beach at night, it's great, man.
I love that bull bar because a lot of times when people want to put like a big light on their truck, like a light bar, whatever, it's like you got to drill some brackets into somewhere, and I'm not crazy about that. So I love how that bull bar just kind of incorporates it. It looks really sharp, really sleek, and a nice one package there.
That's one of the reasons why I bought it. It just looks flush, it looks clean, and I think it looks great.
It does, man. The front end looks sharp. So I know you have the Vivid Line, the fog light bulbs, and they match those aftermarket headlights you got in there pretty well as well, it looks like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was one of the new things that I bought for it. It's great. I do use it a lot.
All right, very cool, man. Well, the truck is leveled too, right, Alonzo?
I put the Fox coilovers. I think it's the 2-inch. So, but that one, it gave me the perfect level for the truck. I'm happy with how the truck looks level and with the tires and everything. But that was one of the things that I was looking forward.
How's it ride with that suspension on it? You like? Is it pretty smooth?
Yeah, it's very smooth. Yeah, I like that. Then I stepped to the fender flares. Again, trying to get that Raptor look. The main thing for me was getting the big tires on it.
So yeah, you got the Terra Grapplers from Nitto on there, the 33s?
Yes, sir, 33s.
Probably very quiet, I'd imagine, right?
It is quite that. That's one of the things I was very picky about picking those tires, man.
Let's talk about performance, because it looks like you got a lot going on there. And I want to ask you, because it looks like on my end, it looks like you tried a few different tuners before eventually landing on the CTS2.
I bought the BBK throttle body, the MSD coil ignition, AFE color intake, but I feel like I was missing something. So I remember, using the SCT. So I went ahead and changed it to the other tuner with the MPT tune files.
MPT, man, they make some good power.
I'm telling you, man, that it walked out my truck.
So you're tuned with MPT using an SCT device, but you kept your old Edge because you really like the display, and that's what you got in the truck full time.
Yeah, so you got all the information is there. So I really like that, that look.
That's awesome, man. I never really heard of somebody doing that before, but it makes a lot of sense, especially if you already had the device. Why not? And if it looks better, leave it in there, man. It looks great. Now, I also saw you had like a throttle commander or pedal commander sticker in there. Did you have a device in the truck?
Yes, I usually don't go up. It has like four or five different settings. I usually keep it on Sport or Sport +1. Yeah, it's great, man. Never have any issues with it. And like I said, you just walk out my truck.
I like the AFE intake too a lot. You got the AFE under the hood, the Magnum Force 2 with the dual filters on there. That looks really sharp. You got the big old MBRP 4-inch on there, don't you?
So that was one of the things that I was looking at the reviews. And the 4-inch, it was great. It has a great sound on the outside, but again, it's quiet inside the cabin.
You hear just enough inside.
Exactly, just enough. Unless you want to, pedal to the metal and take off. But even with that, it's a nice sound.
I like the 4-inch. It's hard to get like a deep sound out of those EcoBoosts. Trust me, I know, man. I drive one every day. I get it. And every time we put one of those on a truck for video purposes, I'm always impressed with just how well and how deep it sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the things that I decided to tackle myself. I put it myself. It took me probably a couple hours, and I was extremely happy with that.
As far as the rear of the truck, I know you got the Tonneau Pro, the bed cover on the truck.
I have no problem with that. I really love that one. Yeah. We drove to New Mexico. Once we get there and it started snowing, we decided to put all our luggage, everything on the back into be honest, it kept it dry. I have no leaks, and I think it's perfect, man.
And another thing that you've done that a lot of truck owners I don't think typically do, but I want to hear your reaction, is the power stop kit, the front and rear of the brakes.
I had it on another vehicle before, and I just love the look. But as far as the functionality, I mean, it worked great on my truck. And I can definitely tell the difference between that one and the stock.
That's awesome, man. Well, what about future mods, Alonso? I know you and I were talking a little bit. You said maybe a rear bumper, maybe a front bumper. You're not really sure yet, but anything else that's really been kind of on your radar?
But yeah, I want to do probably the 4-inch lift from Rough Country. That's something that I want to tackle myself. Other than that, like I said, the rear bumper, just to complete that whole look of it. It's like I haven't done anything, not much on the rear. So I think that will be my two things, as far as the bumpers and definitely the lift kit.
Well, you know, if you do 4-inch lift kit, man, you got to get some 35s on there.
Man, okay, that's going to be another talk with the wife.
I got a silly question for you, and I do it to everybody. Mustang truck, I always ask, kind of like as our last question. Do you have a name for the truck?
Man, for now, I just call it the baby, man. That's my name.
It's the baby. All right.
You know, when I get my daughter, my son, and obviously now the new baby Jealous, but yeah, that's the baby, man.
I think truck owners all over the country can relate to that, right? They're all our babies in some way, shape, or form. So hey, man, you've done a good job with the baby. You kept it real clean, and keep going with it, man. Enjoy the truck. That's all I can say, and hopefully get that 4-inch lift on there soon. And I can't wait to see some pics.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys. You guys been very helpful in this whole process, and I'm really happy with all the products.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate it, Alonso. Thanks, man. Take care. All right.
You too, man. Have a good one.
All right, guys, well, there you go. That was Alonso and his really clean 2013 EcoBoost powered F-150, the baby. It looks sharp, and congrats to Alonso and his family for the new one on the way. Guys, we want to know what you think of Alonso's rig. Go ahead and leave us a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, and while you're there, if you want to check out Alonso's mods, click on the link in the description to check out his build page. Or if you're already on the build pages, you want to cruise around, check out some more, we always encourage you to do that because it is a great way to see what other F-150 owners are doing with their rigs and get a complete breakdown of all of their modifications. In the meantime, guys, I'm Justin. Thanks for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.